Hi, this is Akila S. Richards, one half of the Liberated Bitches team. And I'm so excited because, as I told you, this week and next week, we're going to be doing a lot of features of the women of SWEBA, whether they were honorees, whether they were panelists, speakers, or just awesome people that I met while I was networking and connecting. And one of those awesome people is right here. It's Kanisha Morrison, and she was sitting right next to me at the table, and she has a wonderful brand called Blingy Girl Things, where she says, and we were talking a minute ago, and she said really she wants moms to be comfortable, but you can still represent your brand. And then she also had some fly things as well, because I went on the site. I saw dresses, I saw tops. I had to stop myself from like actually shopping and make it about just reviewing the information for the purposes of this interview. So Kanisha, thank you so much for making time to be with us today over at liberatedbitches.com.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for the invite.
No problem at all. So I want to dig right in. Tell us a little bit about the brand. Tell us what Blingy Girl Things is from your mouth straight.
Blingy Girl Things is my baby. It gives me that empowerment. When I started, it was giving me that moment that I needed to be free from being a stay-at-home mom, and it exploded. I didn't expect it to go as fast as it did in 10 months, but it did, and I'm so excited. It's just pretty much empowering other women to be comfortable and be who you are.
That's great. That's great. And I know you guys might hear a little bit of feedback, so I'm going to echo and summarize what Kanisha is saying just to be sure, because this is important. So it's been 10 months since she's been in business, and really she wanted to have a vehicle for empowering other moms, as she said, and really just for herself. She was a stay-at-home mom and really wanted to do something a little bit more than that. And where a lot of us are familiar with what that means. I know that's how I started out as well. And it's been 10 months, and she has a huge following. When I went on her Facebook site and I saw almost 10,000 likes, I was like, what? All right. I definitely want to get some insight from Kanisha about how she's building this, specifically because she's young. She's 22 years old, which I'm particularly excited about. And she didn't expect for it to explode the way that it did. So I want to go back a little bit, Kanisha, and talk about when you got started. So when you decided, okay, I want to do something for women and for moms, and I'm into fashion, and I want to combine those two things. How did you go from having it just be an idea to it being something that actually existed? What were your steps?
I had a girlfriend that commented, it was another online boutique, and she commented trying to purchase something, and I like hounded the owner. I was sending her messages, I was commenting on her wall, how did you start this? I want to do this, because I really didn't know how to get started, but I knew it was something I wanted to do. And she emailed me back, like, girl, will you leave me alone? What is it that you want from me? And I was like, I just want to do what you do. If you just give me a little bit, give me something that you want, and I'm going to run with it. And she did. She told me how she got her name. She did it trying to be a stay-at-home mom. I paid her a little bit to get my feet wet, and when she let me help her, I just started my own. The name actually came from, I don't have any daughters. I have 2 sons. So I was like, I really want a girl, and I love things that bling. So naturally, bling the girl things. I didn't want to put myself in a box on what I could offer.
Yeah. Wow. So that's simple, and I really love that element, because you said you saw it and you saw a resource, but instead of saying, well, one day when I grow up, I'm going to do that too. Like, you just dove right in and you connected with her directly. Beautiful. You went after what you wanted. You were persistent. And then also you were willing to invest. So y'all saw that, right? So there's the mindset, and then there's the strategy behind it. So the strategy is the investment. Kanisha definitely could have been turned off by any financial exchange and said, well, why should I pay money to do this thing? But you said no. You were willing to pay her a little bit to invest in the bigger picture. And would you say that that investment is paying off?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And so you got started, and getting started meant that you followed her steps. So she told you how she set up the boutique, and you did that as well. Who did you go online and did you hire somebody to set that up for you, or did you figure out how to set up the online boutique yourself? How did you do that part?
I figured it out on my own. She told me, she gave me a couple wholesalers that she used, and she told me how she does like her pricing and things, but it just didn't fit with me. I knew being a stay-at-home mom on a budget, I was not going to pay $40 for a top. So I went out and started looking for wholesalers that were in my price range. I don't sell anything that I wouldn't pay for that amount. I tested the quality of it. She just pretty much gave me the bite marks to start with, but I aimed higher. She had 3,000 likes when I found her, and she was really good friends with another page that had like 12,000 likes. So instead of watching the 3,000 like page, I started watching the 12,000 like page. How can I get where you are?
Wow. That's beautiful. And so what were some of those strategies if you were mentoring someone or in a class now, which is basically what this is, coaching someone on how to get there authentically? What are some of the things? Can you give us a couple of tips of ways to build our following on Facebook or on Twitter, or primarily Facebook? Let's stick with that one.
Never judge a book by its cover. Usually when a lot of my likes come, I would have never guessed that they would spend a dime with me. And a lot of them haven't spent a dime. But when you post a picture they like, they hit the like button. And then someone else they know may like it and come back and like your page and then purchase.
Yeah. So images, of course, in your industry, the image is everything. The pictures are everything because that's really all they have. So were you constantly, like how often were you posting product on Facebook, for example?
Yes, I post at least 3 pictures an hour.
An hour?
An hour.
Wow. So that's another huge investment. So there's the financial investment, and then there's the time investment, which I think is even more important. Did you do that from a strategic space, Kanisha? Did you find something that said, post this many pictures per hour? Or was it really just your intuition that said, you know what, I need to constantly be in front of folks with what I sell or what I promote?
Online boutiques with Facebook particularly have a lot of giveaways that they try to do. So being involved in giveaways, my first month I realized that I gained 2,000 likes from 3 giveaways.
Wow.
And it came to I was only working after 6 o'clock when my husband got off so he could handle the kids. Yeah. But then I realized, well, it's liking all day and I'm not giving them anything before 6 to fight off of. So I just when I started posting 3 things, I started 1 thing by the hour, and I started gaining more likes from that. So I realized the more pictures I post during the hour, the more likely they will come. The stay-at-home moms are on during the daytime.
Yeah. So you identified who your market was. You know, as you said, the stay-at-home moms are at home during the daytime, and when the babies are napping or whatever's going on, you know, they're online connecting with Facebook and, you know, with friends and family that way. So you were able to intuitively, which is beautiful, understand that and then do something about it. And so it seems like you just built upon that and you saw these successful strategies of other people. As you said, they were doing giveaways. So you said, okay, I'm going to do that too and see how that goes. That's wonderful. So intuition, guys, intuition is a big part of it because a lot of it seems like you just organically learned it from paying attention and then trusting yourself to say, well, if it could be done, then I can do it. So let me try it my way. The $40 per product way was not going to cut it. So instead of you saying, okay, then I can't have an online boutique, you did more research to find places that did match what you could pay at that time. Yeah?
Right.
Yeah. Wonderful. And so, all right, so first couple months in, you realize that you're getting thousands of likes and the conversion rate, what would you say the conversion rate was? So for, generally speaking, would you say like 1 in every 1,000 people who like it might buy it? Or how do you gauge the conversion rate from people who are just on your site to people who are actually purchasing?
I would say about 50% buy. And I think it's because of the customer service. When they get it, it's not just a package that they're getting in the mail. I write them a thank you card. It's wrapped in beautiful hot pink tissue paper. They have a coupon to use for the next order. I make them feel like I appreciate your business. Please come visit me again. If they have a issue with the order, they email me, hey, I didn't like this, and I'm like, okay, perfect, send it back to me. We'll make sure that you're taken care of. If it takes a little bit longer than normal to get something, I'll throw in an extra pair of earrings just to say thank you because I appreciate them. They don't have to do that. Most of them, they comment on the wall, hey, I received my package today, I love my items. And of course, people that are new coming to life, they see that, they see I'm a legitimate business, and they're willing to invest a little bit.
So these are strategies that people would pay thousands of dollars for in business training programs, and Kanisha is openly sharing this information. So customer service is really important, and her conversion rate is really, really high, because even for a traditional newsletter, you're talking about conversion rates in the teens, 15, 16, 17% of people who go from liking what you do or subscribing to actually purchasing. Obviously, her industry is a little bit different than something where it's a service and not a product, but the conversion rate of 50% I still think is pretty high statistically. But a big part of that is customer service. And then also just connecting, being constantly in front of people. As you said, you were posting like 3 times per hour. Now, are you doing this stuff yourself? Are you a solopreneur, or do you have people on staff to help?
It's just me, but it's my family. My husband is the shipper. My 3-year-old puts the labels on each other's package. My 1-year-old puts it in the package. It's a family deal at this point.
Oh, that's wonderful. It's a family business. And so have you set, Kanisha, goals for what's going on in 2013, as you saw over the past 10 months that it really just blew up a lot more than you expected? What do you think 2013 is going to hold for your company, and what goals do you have set for that?
Oh, gosh. The women that I met on Saturday, they exploded the ideas. I already kind of had the hunch in the back of my mind, but meeting the women sitting at our table, and we were sitting at the table with the millionaire. I was like, wow.
Wasn't that awesome? Yes, anything is possible.
I'm really focusing on the branding for the bling t-shirt.
Wonderful. And are those your what's your top seller, or what are some of your top sellers?
I'm the Christian mom. I am Proverbs 31. I sell a lot of those.
And so in terms of your marketing, are you marketing primarily through Facebook? Because I know you told me tomorrow, which by the time you guys watch this, it'll be today, it'll be your first vending event, your first venture into vending. And so were you just marketing primarily through Facebook prior to this?
That's the only way I marketed. I didn't even have a website up until 2 weeks before the event, because I wanted to make sure I gave them somewhere to go to look. So I know that the possibilities are endless. If I was to get on Twitter or LinkedIn or Pinterest, Etsy, it's so many things that I haven't even touched yet.
Yeah. Wow. Absolutely. Because, I mean, places like Pinterest, for example, I knew we need to have a conversation about this offline. Because Pinterest, I think for your brand, Pinterest, I know can skyrocket you even further out than Facebook, because it's so image focused, and I think it's just a testament to when you get in your zone and when you follow your heart, what can happen, because so many businesses start and fail. And after women have gone to business school, or paid thousands of dollars for business training, and you saw an idea, you were tenacious and you were committed, and less than a year later, I mean, we were talking at the table about the sort of numbers that you do monthly, and I don't know whether you want to share it or not, but even if you don't, let me tell y'all, for somebody who's been in business less than a year, it's phenomenal. And so I really, really appreciate that you are so open about your process, and that you're saying, look, I didn't even know. I didn't know. I just knew that I saw her doing it, and I connected to it, and I did not give up. You said, she was like, why? Could you leave me alone? And you're like, no, because here is what I need. And for me, I think that's the biggest takeaway. And You guys can comment below and tell us what your biggest takeaway is, but I'm excited for Kanisha, and definitely over here at LB, you can consider us a support system. My business partner and friend Katrina is a business maven, guru, go-to person, as I think I was telling you, and I'm really curious to see. I think I'm going to talk to her and nudge her about doing a strategy session with you, because I'm really curious to see how your work can unfold, because you've done so many things well and right just from your own mind and intuition. And I think with a little bit of strategy behind that, we're going to be excited to be able to say we were able to speak to Kanisha in her first year of business, because you'll be on somebody's stage next year talking about what you're doing with multimillionaire status, because that's a really, really major reality. That's something that I think you can look forward to. So let me speak that on into you right now, honey, because at the rate that you're going, I can see it, and I hope you can too.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. So, you guys look at the link below. That's where you can find Kanisha online, and we are going to stay in touch with her. You can check out her products, because I'm definitely going to be checking out some of that as well, and even looking at customizing. If you don't see anything directly on the site that you want, think about customizing some of your existing products as you go out. We're in the spring season, so there are more conferences and events, indoors and outdoors. You might want to get your bling on so you can customize and stand out, in a beautiful way. So, Kanisha, is there anything else that you have for us, or did we pretty much cover it?
You did great.
Yes. Good. All right. Well, we appreciate your time very much, and we will absolutely be staying in touch with you and your work, and we're really, really proud of you and happy for your success.
Thank you.